in the fruit, more bass than Bootsy Collins. You versus me, that's like Ali versus Foreman. God's act.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Tyler and welcome back to another Call of Duty gameplay commentary. In today's video, I have a life story for you all, one that I shared literally years ago on my channel. It's a story about the first time I ever got caught smoking weed by my mom, or just my first time really getting caught smoking weed in general. And I'm aware I've already told this story on my channel about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. I think it was one of the first stories that I ever posted on my channel, and it was literally, like, from what I can remember, the very first time I ever got caught smoking weed, just really in general. So getting right into the story, this took place at the beginning of my 9th grade year in high school. And at the time, my friend and I were just kind of getting into smoking weed. Like, him and I was one of my neighborhood friends, and we would kind of just smoke weed every now and again here and there, like maybe once or twice a week, but it wasn't very often or anything like that. And on this one particular night, I believe it was like a Thursday or something, I don't know, this one day of the week, my parents would always go out late at night, and they'd go hang out with their friends or whatever. So as a result of that, I'd end up just staying home alone for the night, and I wouldn't really have much to do. So I'd usually end up just playing video games or doing whatever all night. So I remember being at home chilling for a little bit, and my parents leaving to go hang out with their friends for the night, and they left me home for like 2 or 3 hours, or at least that was the average time that they would usually leave me alone for. But this particular night, they ended up coming home a bit early, but I wasn't aware of that at the time when they first left. So my parents leave to go hang out with their friends, and immediately I end up calling up my friend. I was like, yo dude, you want to come over, chill and smoke some weed? We can play some Modern Warfare 2 or whatever. And he was down, so my friend ended up coming over, and as I was sitting there just waiting for him to get there, I was just chilling playing Modern Warfare 2. Like, literally, dude, that's all I did back when that game was out. So I was just sitting there grinding MW2 waiting for my friend to come over, and he finally shows up, knocks at the door, you know. So I let him inside and take him upstairs. And so at the time, I maybe had like a gram of weed or like a half gram of weed, and my friend had like an eighth of weed. It wasn't a lot of weed or anything like that at all. And when my friend came over to my house, he ended up bringing like a little backpack with all his shit in it. He had a bowl with him, like a little packing piece, and like a grinder, and then his weed, obviously. So myself and my friend are standing up in my living room, kind of just planning how we're gonna smoke or where we wanted to smoke. And we decided that we go out on top of my front porch roof. So I end up grabbing my little weed, my friend grabs his weed, his grinder, and his bowl, and we climb out, open the window, climb out onto the roof of the front porch. And so my friend and I are sitting here on the roof of the front porch, and we go ahead and pack a bowl, start smoking it, and we smoke like 2 bowls out on the roof of the front porch. And so at this point, my parents had been gone for a little bit more than an hour, and my friend and I were just finishing up smoking weed and coming inside back off the porch. So my friend and I climb back inside the living room, inside the window, and sit down on the couch and start playing Modern Warfare 2. And I shit you not, we didn't even get 3 games into playing. And the next thing I hear is my fucking garage door opening, because my mom lived in a townhouse, so the garage door was on the bottom floor. So literally anytime somebody would open it, you would hear it, like it would make a vibrating noise through the whole house. So I hear the garage door start opening, and my heart just drops, and I fucking panic. Mainly because at the time of this happening, I'm pretty sure I was grounded or something. There was some reason my friend wasn't supposed to be over at my house. Maybe my parents just didn't want him over there when they weren't there. But we hear this garage door, and my friend immediately just like jumps up, and I'm like, dude, you gotta go. You gotta get out of here before they come inside that door. So my friend runs, sprints down the stairs, and runs out the front door. And so I shut the front door behind him and run upstairs directly to my room, you know, make sure the TV's turned off, all that. And as I hear the door from the garage open, I decide to start like walking downstairs and heading down to just kind of greet my parents. And before I was even able to make it all the way downstairs to the main floor where my parents were, I come around the corner from the stairs and I just see my mom sitting there with my friend's fucking backpack. And immediately I was just like, oh fuck. So my friend had left and completely forgot to grab his bag because it was such a last second thing, and like literally just completely slipped his mind because we'd been smoking weed and whatnot. And I didn't even notice his bag sitting on the couch, otherwise I would have grabbed it when I originally ran upstairs, and this literally would have saved this entire incident from happening. So when my mom ends up seeing me and she's holding this bag, she looks at me and goes, so I have a question for you. And the first thing she asks is, so whose bag is this? And then I end up telling her like, look, it's my friend's bag, you know, he just was over here for a little bit and he left it on accident. It's no big deal, I'll just bring it back to him tomorrow. You know, pretty much just trying to play it off like I had no idea what was actually in the bag or anything like that. So my mom looks at me again and goes, are you sure there's nothing you need to tell me? And I continue to just be like, yeah, there's literally nothing I need, like I didn't do anything, it was just my friend was over, that was it. And then she looks at me and goes, so you're sure you weren't smoking any weed, right? And immediately at that point I knew I was pretty much just fucked. So I was like, no, I wasn't smoking any weed, like there was no weed that I was smoking, anything like that. What makes you even think that? And she tells me, she's like, yeah, I looked inside this bag and literally all there is in there is weed, a grinder, and a fucking pipe. And then she says, so are you sure you didn't smoke any weed? Because your stepdad's on the way home right now. He ended up going to CVS and going to get a drug test. And my mom is like, yeah, your stepdad's on the way home right now. He's bringing the drug test. So if you're lying, we're gonna know because we're gonna drug test you. And so the whole time I was pretty much denying that I had smoked any weed, just praying that the drug test fucking failed, because it was some shit like CVS drug test. I was pretty much just begging and like thinking to myself like, please for the love of God be a defective fucking piss test. And of course my stepdad ends up getting home, I take the piss test and fail it hard as fuck. And from there my parents were literally just mad as fuck. Like if I remember right, I think I got grounded for literally like a month and a half or like 2 months or some crazy shit like that, and it was the worst grounding ever. I'm not talking about the grounding where like, yeah, you just can't go hang out with your friends. Like no, my mom took my fucking phone away, she took everything, like took the TV out of my room. I think she even took my fucking door off my hinges to my bedroom. Like that shit was literally ridiculous. But anyways, that's really all there is for today's story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys did at any point, please be sure to leave that like down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. You know it always means a lot. I'm pushing out a lot of content lately, and I'm trying to really just move the direction of my channel. So if you're new here, leave a comment down below, let me know, and I'll probably reply to you. I try and reply to a bunch of comments usually when I have free time. But as usual, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your day, whatever it may be. Thank you all so much for watching the upload today. I will see you guys in the next video or in my next live stream. I'm out.
I told that nigga bitch so he a sadder guy. I for that nigga bitch so he a madder guy. She was with you when I called her phone and she answered, and that show you that you do not matter guy. Yeah, my cousin trapping, they trapping. I for these beats, you know that I got an appetite. Yeah, that girl told me she only fuck with them girls.